Hi guys, this is my new Engwe M20 e-bike. I thought I'll make a quick video on a few things I've adjusted on this bike to suit my preference and let you guys decide what you guys think. So first of all, the first thing I've done on it is the seat. So when I ordered this bike on this color, it arrived with the tanned brown seat, and personally I just don't think it works well with that greenish frame. So I've ordered the black one, which arrived within about 2 weeks, and I've installed it, and I think that kind of completes the look. So yeah, black and green, that's the sort of color I wanted to go for. And I've also removed any kind of orange sort of from the bike itself. So first thing is the reflectors off the wheel. So I've taken them off. They're very easy to do. It takes literally like less than 2 minutes. You just unscrew these and then they're off. And the other thing I've removed is the stickers off the bike, off the batteries. So they used to have this orange sort of colours to it, which I wasn't personally a big fan of, so I just got rid of them. So yeah, those are the first things I've done as soon as I've got it. The second thing I've done is actually the pedals. So these are the folding pedals. I've ordered them from AliExpress. They are very, very cheap, and I believe they only cost me around £15, whereas in the UK they are £30 for just for the two of these. So I would recommend getting that because it helps me take the bike inside much more easier through the doors, and saves you a little bit more space as well, and it helps for storage. The other thing I wanted to mention is the this display. So when Engwe designed this and installed the bike, they basically put the display on the left hand side. It's a great display, it works well, but it's not very ideal for you to operate the display with a thumb, mainly because it's got two buttons at the bottom, plus and minus, and if you want to click those, you need to basically just hold at the top and then click it. So even though it's on the left hand side near your thumb, it doesn't really works as it should be, because you still have to use two fingers, and ideally you want to let go of the handlebar and then press it. If I was to do that, rather just put it in the middle and just change it, so it doesn't really affect me. And I would rather personally have the display at the center, so it's easier for me to see what speed I'm doing. Yeah, so these are the few things I've changed, and I've also changed the throttle. So the Engwe M20 comes with a full throttle, which is really good if you like that, but for me personally, I like the half throttle one. So these are the ones I've ordered from AliExpress as well. They're like £6-7. It's well worth the money. And these throttle, I feel that it works better than the Engwe one. Mainly because with the Engwe, if you was to turn it slightly or gently, it always used to deliver the full power. Whereas the half throttle one, they deliver the power in two stages, I feel like. So if you press gently, it delivers slight power, but then if you turn it all the way, it gives the full power, which is quite nice and much more ideal if you're setting off the traffic lights. And yeah, so and I've also rerouted the cables. These cables here, I've just put it through here rather than coming from the front like a BMX. So yeah, so they were all used to come out from at the front, and I've just rerouted them through the inside. It just gives it more of a complete look and hides the cable as much as possible. And yeah, and it makes a little bit more room for the headlights to move back and forth. And it's up to you guys if you guys want to do that. I mean, I personally had no issue with it. I've basically turned all the way to the left and right, and it has no impact at all on the cables. So yeah, they basically left enough room for the cables to turn all the way anyway. So yeah, so these adjustments doesn't make any difference to the performance. But yeah, so these are a few things I've changed. I think the next target is to change the tires. These are off-road tires, and I don't really ride off-road. So yeah, so I'm looking to change them to the road tires one, which looks much better as well. So that's pretty much everything I've done on the bike. Let me know if you guys like it, and what else maybe I can do. I don't want to make too many modification and ruin the aesthetic completely. But yeah, so that's my Engwe M20.